We're asked to determine which has the larger volume, the square pyramid or the sphere. So I'm going to let h represent the height of the square pyramid and use the Pythagorean theorem. So looking at this and focusing on it as a right triangle. So when I do that, I find that I have a height of 8, and that's both the height of that triangle and also the height of the square pyramid. So I can take that 8 and I can substitute it into the volume formula for a pyramid, and that's 1/3 times the area of the base times the height of the pyramid. So that's 1/3 times 12 squared times 8, and that gives me a volume of 384 cubic centimeters. Let's take a look at the sphere. So I'm going to begin by letting r represent the radius of the sphere in centimeters. So if we come back up to the picture, you realize that we have here a right triangle again. Now this is a right triangle where these two sides are going to be the same because all radii in a circle or sphere are equivalent, right? And then this here, that 6, that's going to be the hypotenuse. It's across from the 90. So I'm going to substitute these things in, and I'm going to have r squared plus r squared equal to 6 squared, 2r squared equal to 36, r squared equal to 18. If r squared is equal to 18, then r is equal to the square root of 18, and that can be simplified as 3 square root of 2. I can use that in the volume formula, so I have volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed, and that's where I'm going to substitute in the 3 square root of 2 and then cube it. So when I cube the 3, it's 27, and when I cube the square root of 2, that's the square root of 8, which can also be simplified, you see down here, as 2 square root of 2. So the final mess over here is 72 pi square root of 2. So we probably need to approximate that because it's pretty hard to say, well, the volume of this is 384 and the volume of that is 72 pi square root of 2. And you're like, wait, what? How do I compare those? So let's think about it a little bit differently. We're going to get an approximation. We'll use 3.14 for pi, and we're going to substitute that in, and then we're also going to use approximately 1.4 for the square root of 2. And so when we use those, we end up with an approximation of the volume for the sphere of about 3.16.512. So we do all that work and realize at the end of the day that the square pyramid definitely has a larger volume.